Great combinations in life. Peanut butter and jelly, milk and cookies, Wes Anderson, and stop motion animation.
Wow.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to my road to Asteroid City, where I'll be covering every Wes Anderson film in honor of Asteroid City coming, well, next week. I have covered everything from Bottle Rocket up to the Grand Budapest Hotel. Check those reviews out. They will be linked in the eye in the right-hand corner. But for right now, I only have a couple more reviews left, so let's dive into Wes Anderson's most recent stop-motion animation effort from 2018. It is Isle of Dogs. It tells the story of a young boy named Atari, who is on the lookout and the search for his beloved security dog, Spots. See, the year is 2034, and dogs have been outlawed due to a combination of overpopulation and canine flu to an Isle of Dogs located outside of the city known as Megasaki in Japan. The decree being made official by Atari's uncle, the Mayor Kobayashi. Atari crash lands on the Isle of Dogs, where a group of the dogs, led by Chief, voiced by Bryan Cranston, helps find his beloved Spots. I distinctly remember the Grand Budapest Hotel not coming near my area, so I never got to see it in theaters. So when I saw that Isle of Dogs was coming to my local theater, oh, you bet I was going to be there day one. I was so excited for this movie, so excited to see Wes Anderson come back to stop motion. I didn't know if it was going to be as good as Fantastic Mr. Fox, but those two meet the medium of stop motion animation and Wes Anderson it makes sense. So I was very excited. And at the time, I really did like this movie. I think it was in my top 10 of the year. It was either that or it was in my honorable mentions. I'd have to go take a look back. But after rewatching it in full for this particular project, I love this movie even more now. Is it as good as Fantastic Mr. Fox? Not quite, but it's still very good. First and foremost, again, no dust statement, but the stop motion is absolutely fantastic. It's even more impressive when you consider just the context of this story and how and why everything is the way that it is. This movie feels so lived in. It feels so dirty. I mean, for a good chunk of the movie, it takes place on a place literally called Trash Island, and you really feel the atmosphere. This is one of those movies where after a while, at least for me, I stopped noticing that this was stop motion. It just was so beautiful that it just kind of bled together to where I just was like, I just accepted it for what it was, and I just had to remember, this is animated. Human hands worked on this and created this. It's just so incredibly impressive. The stop motion is even more impressive when you consider that this is definitely more near the knuckle than Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Mr. Fox is based on a children's book. So for Isle of Dogs, you can definitely tell that Wes Anderson is dealing with more dark subject material. One of my favorite scenes in the movie takes place near the beginning, where after the prologue and everything, we're on Trash Island. Chief's group of dogs encounter a bag of garbage. They move in on it, but another group of dogs get there first. And so they're about to enter this big battle, but then the dog voiced by Edward Norton is like, wait a minute, let's see what's in the bag before we beat each other up. They slice open the bag and they see it's trash to us, but to these dogs, it's like a king's ransom.
A rancid apple core, 2 worm-eaten banana peels, a moldy rice cake, a dried-up pickle, tin of sardine bones, a pile of broken eggshells, an old smushed-up rotten gizzard with maggots all over it.
Okay, it's worth it.
I really like the kid Atari. I really liked his character, and I wanted him and his dog to be reunited. I'm not a big dog person. I'm a cat guy, but I'm not made of stone. I wanted the boy to find his dog. I mean, what do you want from me? It's a good story. But again, in kind of a trend, the ones that steal the show are ones that are in a Wes Anderson movie for the first time. My favorite character in the movie was the dog Chief, played by Bryan Cranston. I am a big Bryan Cranston fan, so that has a part to play in it. However, I love this dog because it starts out in one direction, and I hadn't seen the movie in a while, so it was a little bit refreshing to go back and watch it. But I was taken aback by where they did go with it. Like he was a domesticated dog, and when the ban happened, he was basically uprooted and basically became hardened heart as a way to protect himself. It was a very nice arc, and I really did appreciate that. I liked the chemistry that he had with the dog Nutmeg, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. I like all the dogs in this movie, but my favorite was Chief. If I ever did become a dog person, Chief would be my dog. Again, the cast is, of course, great. Ed Norton, Jeff Goldblum, Tilda Swinton, who plays a pug who is an oracle and understands television. That's awesome. I don't care who you are, that is awesome. But again, Bryan Cranston is Chief. That's my pick right there. Also, some unexpected voices that I did not expect to hear. For example, Greta Gerwig. Yes, Barbie's Greta Gerwig. She is a voice in this movie, and she is actually a character that does have a bit of an arc, and I did appreciate seeing that. I honestly did not remember she was in this, but when I saw Greta Gerwig's name pop up in the credits, I was like, who does she voice again? And she voices the exchange student. I believe her name is Tracy. Kind of similar to Fantastic Mr. Fox, the themes in the movie are very subtle, but they are there. However, what puts it a step below Fantastic Mr. Fox for me personally is that I feel like the themes, kind of similar with Grand Budapest Hotel, I feel like they were a little too under the radar. They're definitely noticeable, but I feel like there was a little more potential there. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little more to do with the mayor, Kobayashi, because Atari is a ward of basically the mayor is Atari's guardian because Atari's parents die before the movie starts. And I wanted to see that relationship explored a little bit more. And unfortunately, we just don't get that. And the mayor is basically painted out as this very corrupt figure, and in some ways he is. But by the end, it's established that he did it for very messed up reasons, and he had this gaunt looking dude in his ear basically leading the charge. I don't know, I guess I would have liked to have seen that relationship done a little more with, but that doesn't really happen. However, that's a small criticism. At the end of the day, I am going to give this a great rating, but a very, very high grade rating. Almost amazing. I would have liked to have seen the themes a little more explored, but this is a beautiful movie, full stop. I mean, this is easily Wes Anderson's most underrated film. I hear no one talk about this one, and I feel like more people should. It's a it's a dark movie in places, but it is very beautiful. But I pass it off to you. What did you think of Isle of Dogs? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to read what you have to say. And to wrap up the road to Asteroid City, I will be covering Wes Anderson's most recent film, 2021's The French Dispatch. But if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to allow notifications, so when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.